Now what the hell do I do?
Right, today I've got 74 miles to do up into those hills over there, down the other side to Mure. It's not a long day. According to my sat-nav, I'm going to arrive at the hotel at 12:30, which won't happen. I'm going to be stopping along the way for photographs, and I might get the drone out as well. But today hasn't got off to a particularly good start. I wandered down for breakfast. I hadn't ordered it as part of the booking, but I thought, well, I saw people having breakfast. I figured I'd just wander in and pay and get my breakfast. So I go, what's your room number? What's your name? Ray Jones. I haven't got you down. I said, oh no, that's quite right. You haven't. But I was just wondering if I could give you the money now and just go and eat. Oh no sir, that's not possible. Bloody hell. And I was hungry. But there's an Intermarsh literally under 5-minute walk away. So I wandered over and got myself some provisions. Sorry, not a junction, right? Got myself some provisions and breakfast. Bacon butty I had. So that was that one sorted. I then come out to the bike, choke on, press the starter button. It just spun. Not even a remote hint that it was going to start. I tried it twice and I thought, no, you can't do that, Ray, you'll flatten the battery and then you really will be screwed. So, walked away from the bike, give myself a couple of minutes, went back and was right, let's switch the headlamps off, let's disconnect the sat-nav from the battery, let's check all the buttons are in the right place, kill switch is in the right spot, check it's in neutral, yeah, the neutral light's on. So, I pushed the choke all the way back and this time pushed it right back against the stop hard, pulled the clutch in, pressed the button, fired first time. And I was thinking, there have been times that I've been in a right panic and a right state over something like that. I remember, I think it was Valladolid, I was stripping everything off the bike. And it's plain as day right in front of me, the bike was in gear. Just have to wait and get the light and wait until it got into, well, I had to get myself under control, take a few deep breaths and just look around, and that's all I did today. Work. And then I went round the petrol station. I've had no problems with the petrol station until today. Put my card in, said which fuel did I want, and I chose SP95D10. Give it my PIN number. Come back and said, yep, off you go. So I put the nozzle in. Nothing's happening. I turn to look to see if everything's okay on it, and it just says, you've picked up the SP95 nozzle is what it says on the screen. I thought, oh crap. So I put it back, picked up the SP9510 nozzle and tried that. No joy there neither. So I said stop the transaction, got a little receipt to say I'd stopped the transaction, and then I started again. Picked the right nozzle this time and got me full tank of fuel. So that has been my morning. How do I think the rest of the day is going to go? Well, I'm kind of hoping it's going to go better than that. But that's 3 things in a row that went wrong, and they tend to come in threes, don't they? So maybe I'm going to be alright, but I don't know. We shall see. So I'm going up into the hills. I'm going to have to be careful. Part of this route gets awfully close to a balcony road. And when I've looked at this road, it looks like it's a brown line, shall we say, all the way up from the hotel. When I was looking on Google Maps, all the way up, and it does a turn and goes all the way back down again. And there isn't a way where I can get up to a lake that I like the look of, and then just do a right turn and come down and pick up a main road. So if I make a wrong turn, I could end up on a balcony road. Christ almighty knows what's going to happen if I do that. On the other hand, you may have drawn it that way on the road, but it might not be like on the map, sorry, but it might not be like that in reality. I might already be on a balcony road. either way it could be in a ton of shit, so I'm kind of hoping my judgment is right. Otherwise this could turn into a really bad day. I went a bit over the top on my shopping. I bought a pack of sliced ham, a pack of sliced chicken, 2 lemon tarts, another pate cake. I liked that the other day. A few hard bits in it, but I liked it. I bought another one today. Pack of prawns, 2 bottles of water, big bottles, an apple, and I got something that said chorizo. Pastry looking thing with the word chorizo written on it. So I'm thinking, or was thinking, chorizo sausage wrapped in pastry like a sausage roll, and I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. So I bought that. While I was packing it away in my little food bag on the back seat, I noticed it's already been pre-sliced. Massive avant villards. So I don't know what I've got. Find out later today. Well, as I say, today was going to be balcony roads, and I think I had 5 of them penciled in. Yesterday on my way in, looking at the cliffs, I'm thinking there'll be a balcony road up there somewhere, or could be, and if there were and I was on it, how would I feel? Well, I'll tell you how I'd feel. Shit, bloody scared, basically. So I was already after seeing that starting to think, no, is it wise, right? Is it wise for you on your own to go and tackle something that scares the living daylights out of you? And I was beginning to think maybe it wasn't going to be. But what actually decided it for me, I was on a slightly different route than I thought I was going to be on. And I was coming down a hill, and all I could see on the map in front of me, on the sat nav, was wavies, which meant lots of hairpins. So I get to them, and there was a long series of hairpins. I think there were probably, I don't know, I'll count them when I get home, but it felt like there were a dozen or so. But there were cars coming the other way, and I couldn't follow my preferred line around the hairpin. I was having to go wide. And I just thought, alright, suppose, Ray, that you're on a balcony road and a car's coming the other way, and you've got to make room for it. And the only way to make room for it is to go over to the right hand side of the road, right up to the cliff edge, so that car can get past. What are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I would do. I'd have lost my head. I wouldn't have been able to move. And I know what that feels like. I've actually been there. I used to work in an oil refinery as a pipe fitter. So I used to, working at heights was part of the job effectively, but you could be quite high up and not see the floor and be okay. But if you had to climb a column, you weren't going to climb high and not see the floor. You couldn't help it. And I'd been given a job to go up and basically close a vent at the top of this column. All it really required was for me to put a small gasket in my pocket, a couple of small spanners, and climb. When I got to the top, clean it all up, put a gasket in, slide the blank over the top and bolt it down. That's all I needed to do. That's all the job was. Well, I didn't get all the way up. I got about 2/3 of the way up, and I found it harder and harder and harder to put 1 foot the next rung up. And in the end I thought, I'm not doing it. And I went down. It's kind of a weird feeling. And as you get closer and closer to the ground, that sort of fearish type thing goes away. And you start wondering what was I worried about. And you think like, well, maybe I should just go up and do it. I didn't. Had it gone down. Told the foreman I can't do that. He said, okay, that's no problem. For a little later in the day, one of the riggers come over to me and he said, you made a good decision. He said, if you'd gone up there and you'd got stuck halfway up that ladder, he was going to have to go up and rescue me. The only way you could do that was to climb outside the safety cage, climb up above me, and lower down a rope to put around my chest, under my arms. And then he would have had to have lowered me to the platform. And he said that would have put him at considerable risk. My deciding not to go up and not freezing kept him safe. So I sort of think I'm not on a balcony road, so I'm feeling okay. But if I got up that balcony road and froze, there's no way out of that. I'm on my own. No fucker's going to know I'm up there and stuck. No fucker's going to come and help. I would find myself having to force myself to get on the bike and attempt to ride while I was terrified, and I don't think I'd have been safe to myself or anybody else. So there you go. It's a long-winded way of saying I'm a bit of a wimp. And if you listened all the way through, yeah, I agree. There are occasions when I am a bit of a fucking wimp. And this is one of them. Right, let's keep going. Not a bad road this at all. It's not fast. You still here? What are you doing?
So I followed where that rider went, and I had a look to see where he was going. And I thought, you know, the road looks alright, to be fair. But I watched him go round a long bend and then out of sight, and I thought, I don't know what's the other side of that bend. It could be a gravel track, it could be a balcony road, it could be anything. So I decided not to go that way.
You stopping in and thinking about it. You decided to turn off. Okay. So let me have a look. There's nothing behind me, so I can stop and read it. I'm not going to take any chances with that either, given my I won't say predilection for heights, but I'll just say my sheer hatred of them, so let's play safe, eh? I've got plenty of time, so riding back down isn't going to be bothering me at all. It's not like I'm losing out. Going to arrive late at my hotel or anything like that. I've got time enough. And if the GoPro packs up this time on the way down, I'll leave it. Don't think about it. So just keep going. I do like climbing hills rather than coming down them. So this isn't going to be nerve-wracking. It's not going to be like that at all. It's just going to be not my favourite way of doing things. One of the benefits though is you can just let the bike roll its way down. You don't really have to do any work. Right, hairpin coming up. Let's go right around it. Actually, these were the hairpins I was looking for. So I've done the hairpins I was actually really most interested in. Now, if I weren't scared of heights, I'd have got a lot more out of today, but you know, such is life. But I'd recommend coming up here anyway. It's a pleasant ride to say the least. And some cracking views. And I did thoroughly enjoy the climb. As much as I am clearly going to enjoy the ride down. Right. Wonder what virtue means. Google it when I get home, I suppose. There we go. So, done these hairpins and done them twice. As it happens, there's another road I'll be doing the same on, but that's planned. It's my intention that I was going to ride up, turn around and ride back down again.
I'm going to stop this video here because the rest of the riding round to Mure is quite different to this. The other thing is that when I've looked at the video, I have got an hour and 40 minutes that I'd want to compress down to around 20. And if I did that and added it onto the end of this, it would be quite a long video. So I'll see you in part 2 of the ride to Mure.